This is the Inkmeister premium box I received from Truphae back in June. Yeah, June. There are reasons, but you aren't watching to hear how I spent days editing the video footage and the audio track where producer Mike and I spoke in the moment, and how about halfway through I realized we forgot we were recording a video. Our conversation got super mundane and boring. Do you remember the old Donnie and Marie Osmond show from the 70s? Donnie was a little bit rock and roll, while Marie was a little bit country. Well, producer Mike's a little bit ADHD, and I'm a little bit forgetful. And it showed in that audio track, making it basically unusable. So I placed this project on the back shelf while fast-tracking a couple of other videos. Hi, I'm Irene, and I'm now ready to talk about the stuff from this box. The first thing I want to point out is how large that bottle of ink is. It contains 3 ounces. 3 ounces is almost 90 milliliters. The color is Bad Blue Heron, and it's part of Noodler's Warden series. I'll talk more on that later. The pen this time is a Monteverde Strata with a medium nib. Monteverde lists this pen for $45 on their own website, while Truphae has it at $36. And I've seen the Strata in other colors on Amazon in both the 20s and 30s. Knowing all of that made me feel good about the value in this box. I like the details, such as the company logo on the end of the finial and the attractively curved clip. But more than that, the overall styling strikes me as classic. The blue color is gorgeous, and it has a metallic speckle that's often seen in car paint. Or was. I'm such a hermit. I can't say for sure. Has car paint changed? You tell me. Speaking of getting out, I tagged along with family members for lunch at Kizuki Ramen and Izakaya. There are several locations around Puget Sound, and apparently a few in several other states. Look, I like ramen. It's both yummy and comforting, but since I tend to splatter a lot and generally resemble a beast while eating it, I opted for a couple of small plate items instead. That's the izakaya part, because izakaya is sort of like a gastropub. So when they say ramen and izakaya, that means in addition to ramen, they also serve booze and bar food. Both the gyoza and the pork bun I ordered were very tasty. Along with some passion fruit iced tea, it was a delicious meal. Kazuki's interior design is contemporary and attractive, with tasteful Japanese flair. I don't recall my mother making real ramen at home. It was always the instant variety: Sapporo, Ichiban, Nissin, and Maruchan. So outside of a few bowls in a restaurant setting, the dehydrated packs are mostly what I'm familiar with. In fact, there's a video on this channel of me painting one in watercolors. It's even linked in the description. A little ink stain wasn't going to stop me from using this notebook. It's a Hobonichi Techo, for crying out loud, and that's Tomoe River paper in there. It was a gift from YouTuber Sarah. Her channel, Sarah Bailey Arts, has been a helpful source of information and tips regarding all kinds of art stuff, including fountain pens and inks. I decided to make this a sort of ink catalog, or perhaps ink color chart is a better term. In any case, the plan is to eventually swatch all of my inks in it, so it can serve as a handy, compact reference journal. For this session, I used a small handmade basket as a bottle stabilizer. My sister made it using plastic grocery bags. I think it's clever and adorable, and since I don't want to chance damaging it, I probably won't use it for this purpose again. Which is fine, because one can never have enough candy containers. Oh, I know. I'll use it to hold our villainous power tokens. Producer Mike and I have gotten into a Disney-based board game. It's called Villainous, and we had a blast playing it the other night. How it works is you first choose a villain to play. They come with their own realm board, 2 decks of cards, and a character token. Each player sets up their board and spends the next 2 hours trying to get the rules straight. I kid, it's more like 1 hour. Honestly, the game is surprisingly complex. Thank goodness there are YouTubers who are happy to explain it all. The art and design of the game is fantastic, and one of the coolest things about it is that each villain has unique goals and play mechanics. For instance, only the evil queen has to collect ingredients so she can brew the poison that eliminates her enemies. That reminds me, one of the biggest challenges is simply remembering you're playing against the good guys. Many times I was all, yay, I drew a dwarf card. No, wait, boo, have some poison. You can purchase villains in various sets. The one we got has the evil queen from Snow White, Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog, and Hades from Hercules. But we aren't stopping there, because we enjoyed playing so much that we've ordered another set. I've mentioned before that producer Mike is good at finding deals. Well, it's not just art deals, because he found a villainous set somewhere for like $10. That's a third of what most places list them for. So I like this pen. The writing experience was rather pleasant. With this ink and paper combination, it laid down a nice, juicy line that was easy to read. I even like the ink, for the most part. It definitely showed well on this Tomoe River paper. Noodler's Warden series includes Bad Belted Kingfisher, Bad Black Moccasin, Bad Green Gator, and this one, Bad Blue Heron. They claim this line is specially formulated to be forgery resistant. Apparently, in addition to the properties associated with Noodler's Bulletproof series, Warden inks are also able to resist solvents as well as laser removal. Look, I'm not sure how much of this is about forgery prevention and how much is about forgery detection. I wouldn't know how to go about performing those tests even if I wanted to. All I know is that some of the color lifted during a damp swab test. I get that words can be interpreted in multiple ways, but in my world, I would not call that bulletproof. However, if what you're looking for is forgery detection, a bad blue smear could come in handy. I'm happy to share this pen and ink unboxing with you. Well, happy might be overstating things. Oh, I like both of the items. No real complaints there. It's just that since I'd told producer Mike to cancel this subscription box back in May, he's now claimed this pen as part of his collection. Is that fair? I'm the medium nib person here, while he's been more of a fine nib guy. Plus, although I didn't call dibs, my hands were the first to touch it. Yet there it nestles in producer Mike's pen sleeve, getting used as his personal daily writer. Is that fair? Weigh in with a comment. Until next time, get out once in a while, drink some passion fruit iced tea, and stay inky, my friends.